Well, good morning everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, today we're going to talk about the first 7 things that I'm going to do with my new 2020 Tacoma. But before we do that, I got to show you a little bit of the weather here. It is 80 degrees. I'd call it partly to mostly cloudy, but enough sun coming through that it matters. You guys can see we even have flowers and stuff blooming here. Where do you get that but in a tropical climate in the wintertime? I mean, after all, it is December. Anyway, I've got the 2020 coming. It's supposed to be here anytime between now and February. And I can't help but get a little jonesy for it, right? It's coming. I know it's coming. So I've got a list of 7 things. The first 7 things that I'm going to do just as soon as I get it. By the way, I did order a mod over Black Friday, something I've never done before. I'm excited about it. It's going to lead to a couple of other mods on the truck, so it should be pretty darn cool. Anyway, there are 7 things that I'm going to do just as soon as I get that truck. The first one, we're going to remove those ugly TRD stickers that they put on the bed, right? These. Stand those. Got to get those off of there. It's easy to get rid of them. I know not everybody dislikes them, and I'm not saying that I might not put something else on there someday, because there's some pretty cool aftermarket stuff that you can put on there. But the ones that come stock, got to get rid of them. Secondly, got to debadge the rear end. Now, what I'm talking about, and hopefully I can make it known, I don't want this done before the truck comes in, but the dealer name. Those little dealer badges that every dealer puts on the back of their truck, and I don't blame them. They're doing it for advertising. Hey, if you can do it, you can get away with it, why not do it? Got to get those off, or better yet, not have them put on at all. And then the V6 badge that's back there. We got to take that stuff off. That stuff has to go. Next up, and I already have this on the Tacoma up there. For those of you that don't know, it's sitting right up there. I have a TRD exhaust on there right now. I want that TRD exhaust on the new truck. So, I'm thinking that we can swap that out at the dealership. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to do. I mean, heck, I'll even do it myself. If they'll give me a wrench and a lift, I'll take care of it myself. But we need to swap out the stock exhaust that comes on the truck with the TRD. Next up, I'm going to replace the stock wheels and tires with my 20-inch fuels and 20-inch Nitto Ridge grapplers. You know, I had struggled with this a little bit, kind of deciding whether or not I was just going to go ahead and get rid of the setup that I have and go with something a little more off-roady. But I'm thinking they're not that far off now. You know, the sidewall could be a little bit bigger, but it's not absolutely necessary. I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to be taking this truck out and doing rock crawling or anything that's potentially hazardous or damaging to the truck, at least not initially. But I think in the short term, we're going to run with the setup that I have, because I do like it. I think it looks awesome, and it should look really cool on the new truck. I think that kind of pewter band that it has along with the black wheels should look pretty good on the Voodoo Blue, especially if, and we'll get to this, if I leave that black fender trim that's there. You know, the fender flare that comes on the truck. We'll see. Next up, I have to put in my signature RobMotive console cover, or it's actually the whole console lid. I'm going to replace the lid that comes with the truck with the one that I got from Kylan Brimhall. I always try to give Kylan a plug in these videos when I talk about the center console that I have because he does such a fantastic job. If you like it, get a hold of Kylan. And you can find him on Facebook. Just search Kylan Brimhall, just like it sounds, and you'll be able to find him. But anyway, we're going to replace the stock piece, or the stock console lid cover, with my custom RobMotive cover. And I've checked already. It's exactly the same. It should fit no problem, so it should just be a matter of unbolting the one that's in there and putting the custom one that I already have, because I took it out of the Tacoma. I actually bought one so I could put the stock one back in and keep the one that I have. Next up, we're gonna replace that chrome signal piece in the mirrors. You know, in the side mirrors on the truck, there's that kind of chrome piece that flashes. It's lit on the inside, obviously, but it flashes when you run your turn signals. Now, I have already the smoked LED replacements that originally I had in the Tacoma up there. That's a must. Those have to go in. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know that I am a devout anti-chromist. Anything I can do to get rid of the chrome, as much as I can, I'm gonna do it. Now, for those of you out there who are chrome fans, I understand it's personal preference, nothing wrong with it. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I do prefer chrome under the hood. That's where chrome should be, in my opinion, highlighting the motor and all those pieces under there. That's pretty cool. Kind of old school probably, but I do kind of dig that. Next up, and this one I'm a little undecided about. You know, part of the reason that honestly, I never got an off-road in the past is because the models that I had seen had the black fender flares. Or the black fender covers. And what I'm talking about is right up there. You guys can see mine are right here, are color matched. And this is a Sport, by the way. I much prefer that. I'm not a big fan on most trucks of having the black fender flares there. Now, obviously they serve a purpose, right? I mean, if you're out crawling around in the dirt and the stones and everything else, it's to protect the truck. I understand that. You wouldn't want the nice painted fender flares on there. But nonetheless, I'm not a big fan, and I'm thinking, I haven't decided for sure yet. I have to live with the truck a little while, see if I can stand it. But I'm thinking of taking those black flares off and putting color matched, in this case, Voodoo Blue on. I think that would look awesome on the truck. Now, I will say that I have seen some trucks recently, particularly the white ones and the black ones, and maybe even gray or magnetic gray metallic, that have that black piece around. I think it looks pretty good on those trucks, and probably because it kind of blends in more. You know, when you put those black fender flares on a color like red or Voodoo Blue like I'm gonna get, they just kind of stand out too much, you know? Your eye is drawn to the contrasting area, right? And if the whole truck is blue, and then there's this little piece that's black, that's where your eye is going to be drawn to, at least for me anyway. That's what stands out the most, and I don't want that to be the focal point of the truck, you know? I want the whole truck to be the focal point. So I'm thinking pretty seriously that, that those are going to have to go. We'll see once I have the truck. Anyway, those are the first 7 things that I'm going to do just as soon as I lay my hands on this truck. You're going to see them come out pretty darn quick on the channel. They're easy things to do. Most of them I already have. I don't have the fender flares, so that's something that would obviously have to wait. And like I said, I'm going to see if I can live with what I get before I do anything with them. But everything else is going to happen pretty quickly, simply because they're, like I said, easy to do and can be done pretty quickly. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my little 7 things list here. Would you guys do the same things? You know, the quick hitters that you can do right away for impact? I'd be curious to hear what you have to say. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. on the web. Have a great day. Bye.